In this video, I'm going to talk about my top 3 tips for improving your long-term health. So I think the first tip, and fundamentally the most important tip, would be to manage and improve your diet. Diet is so important. Can't overstate the importance of it. You often hear the turn of phrase, diet dictates 70 to 80% of your results when it comes to whether you want to achieve fat loss, whether you want to achieve muscle growth, whether you want to improve different parameters of your health. That is of such importance, and it's immensely important. Now, if I was to identify one thing in particular that you would really need to work on, well, it's not really that you really need to work on, but the most fundamental thing, and probably the easiest thing to begin with, well, maybe not easy for some people, but eliminate processed food. So what I mean by processed food is food that has been, heavily sort of processed in the sense of, for example, fast food, junk food. But it doesn't necessarily just mean fast food or junk food. It can encompass other things. Food that you might think is healthy, but in reality it isn't. I think everybody should be able to look at the back of a food label and listen. If the back of a food label looks like something out of a chemistry class, I mean, it's not really good. So in terms of, I know it can be difficult to buy organic food, in the sense it's often expensive, and I find that problem myself. As a student, I have struggled a lot when it comes to trying to balance having a budget for food and also trying to buy healthy food. It's a shame that healthy food is expensive in our society, but it is what it is. So I would encourage if you're watching this video to buy organic food as much as you possibly can. Sometimes you just can't. You have to balance out that with also operating on a budget. So really just eliminate processed food, drink a lot more water. It's a game changer. Simply swapping out your carbonated, sugary drinks, Coke, whatever. Swap that out with water. And if you can't make that transition straight away, flavoured water. Do you know what I mean? I've known people who've nearly been addicted to Coke, and then they've switched out drinking sugary drinks for just flavoured water, and that's definitely exponentially more sort of better for your health than drinking Coke or Fanta or whatnot. That's low-hanging fruit. That's a very easy change to make. And in terms of weight loss and fat loss, you can achieve a lot of weight loss simply by doing that. Eating nutrient-dense food, food full of vitamins and minerals, ensuring that you're getting adequate protein intake, trying to get your protein intake from whole foods as much as possible, your fish, your meat. Identifying if you might have a food intolerance, which could be dairy or wheat. I've got a slight intolerance to dairy. Doesn't mean I don't eat dairy, but I watch whenever I do eat dairy, because it can cause all sorts of digestive problems and other intolerance issues. Other things in terms of your nutrition would be eating good carb sources, so your sweet potatoes, rice, not really eating any sort of processed carbohydrates like white bread. I found beans to be also very good as well. That's really it. Counting your calories fundamentally is probably one of the most important things as well. Calories in versus calories out ultimately dictates whether you achieve weight loss, fat loss, muscle growth, weight gain. The second tip that I would endorse for long-term health would be to try and foster good habits and behaviours when it comes to movement. So obviously the first thing that's going to come to mind is training, exercising in the gym, but in a sense that's almost not enough. you have to also really achieve daily movement. So something as simple as going for a 10 or 15 minute walk after eating can be massively beneficial to your health. It improves circulation throughout your body. That helps with the digestion of the food. And there's plenty of research to suggest that, going for a 10-minute, 15-minute walk after eating can improve many different parameters of your health, your blood pressure, your blood sugar levels. Like I said, it helps digest the food as well, rather than just sitting about, lounging about, and just letting that food sit in your stomach. Just get out there and go for a wee walk, and that will make you feel a lot better, make you feel less sluggish and stuff. Other good movement patterns would be just, maybe incorporating daily stretching into your routine. I would wake up every morning and I would do some dynamic stretching, static stretching, which I'll probably touch on that in later videos and do demonstrations of those particular movements. But for now, you can look into it yourself, like dynamic and static stretching. I would also encourage anybody to maybe get a wee pull-up bar, and even just doing a couple of pull-ups every day. For me, I put my pull-up bar in my student house. I put it above where the bathroom is, and every time I walk under it, I say, right, I'll do 2 or 3 pull-ups here. If you can't do a pull-up, do a chin-up. And if you can't do a chin-up or a pull-up, well, there's ways around that. You can just simply hang off the bar, and you can get a resistance band, and that can help you eventually do a pull-up and a chin-up. So yeah, and then maybe sometimes I would take notions, right, I'll do some body weight squats and some body weight push-ups. And if you watch this video and you can't afford a gym membership, or you're unable to go to the gym, doing things like that, just daily push-ups, daily body weight squats, daily pull-ups and chin-ups if you can, and do that every day, and that will make a difference fundamentally compared to doing nothing. And you're getting daily movement in every day, and that is conducive to a long and happy, healthy life. So another thing when it comes to movement, but I suppose in a sense it's not really a movement, but it is connected in improving your health, and it does seem a wee bit out there, but sitting on the floor. So what I mean by that is, get yourself a floor cushion and start sitting on the floor, because sitting on the floor has so many benefits compared to sitting in a chair. Sitting on the floor, you're mobilizing your hips, you're improving your hip flexibility, your ankle flexibility and mobility. If you eat as well, if you've had a meal and you don't feel like going for a walk, get your floor cushion. Get your floor cushion, put it on the floor. And a good thing to go with floor cushion is a wee low hanging table. That's something I have in my house, where I have a floor cushion, a wee low hanging table, a wee low set table, kind of like a Japanese style table. And I would put my laptop down, or anything else that I'm looking to do. I can do work on the table while sitting cross-legged on the floor, and that improves your circulation, improves your flexibility and mobility in your hips and your ankles. It's also better for your joints. Incorporating more floor sitting and being on the floor more will prevent diseases like osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, which are problems that are so prevalent in our society today. And if you look at a lot of cultures where things like osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, and other sort of joint related problems and other health problems that aren't really that prevalent in other societies, you often find that the people in those societies don't really sit in chairs for extended periods of time, and often sit on the floor, like Native American style, like Indian sort of style, like Native Americans just sitting cross-legged on the floor, or like what you would have done back in primary school. So the third and final tip in the top 3 tips for improving long-term health would be, and you could maybe argue this is maybe the most important, but it's fostering and working on having congruent, healthy relationships with your friends, your family, and your peers in your professional and business life. We are social beings, and we all need social interaction. If we didn't have social interaction with one another, we would probably go insane. We crave it. It's an essential part of our being. I know myself, like speaking from experience, I do like my own space. I do like being on my own. I can work on my own. I can enjoy my own company, but it does get to the point where I crave being with my friends, being with my family, and you know, you have to strike that right balance. At the same time, you can't really be that person who can't enjoy their own company. I think another thing is you need to learn how to enjoy your company and be able to be by yourself and do work by yourself. In a sense, not be reliant on the company of others, you know what I mean? But definitely fostering healthy relationships will improve not just your physical health, but your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, which is all in line with living a truly holistic and healthy life. So, you know, I know that in life, you know, things happen. You can fall out with friends, you can fall out even with family members. I've seen this myself, even in my own family, but, you know, really strive to like foster and build healthy, strong relationships with your friends and family, because I mean, having that solid social network will keep your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotional self optimised, and that will only lead to you living a long, happy, healthy life. And so yeah, that's today's video. I hope you all found it useful and helpful. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, and you're watching this video, I would greatly appreciate any support. And yeah, thank you for watching the video, and hope you all have a blessed day.